Okay, so I know it's Thanksgiving. I probably give the same words every Thanksgiving because since I've been thinking about this lecture, I don't have any notes or anything. I'm a library, so I just go in and get stuff. But since I've been thinking about this, I've been noting the things I'm thankful for, right? And the list is so long. I started last year, and it was so long I just forgot during the year because there's so many things to be thankful for. I think that's the energy we should have around this time. Like Thanksgiving should be every day because we should be thankful for everything we have. That's how you get more things if you are thankful for what you do have. Most people are focused on the things they don't have. I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that. And that never comes to fruition because you're focusing on something almost like you don't want. Like if you want something, you focus on it. If you don't want something, you focus on something else. Right? So most of us are like, we're focusing on I want. And so inevitably you're going to get I want. You won't get the thing because you keep saying I want. And I'll start with this. The universe is a big copy machine. Whatever you put in, you get out. So if you keep saying I want happiness, the universe says here's some of I want happiness. Now here's happiness. Here's I want. And that is for anything you want. And so I always say, if you want something, you got to see yourself having it, right? I had somebody say, Tuesday, I hate my job. And I didn't say anything, but it rubbed me in a certain way, like, you're going to keep getting that. Or the next job you get is going to be just like this one. Because you keep focusing on, I hate. So no matter where you go, there you are, that I hate, it's going to be there. People who are going to fit that description are going to be there. So if you want something, if you want happiness, you got to act like you're happy, right? Fake it till you make it is a big thing, right? Genuinely. Like if I want to be on the beach, I always have the same stories. I can hear the wind, right? I can hear the birds. I can actually see them flying around, right? I can feel the wind, right? Walking in the morning, I can pick up shells, right? I can see the crabs running around. And so eventually I'll be at the beach. But if I keep saying, I want to go, I'm going to never get there. And that's with anything at all, right? And the best way to do that is to just like enjoy the things you have right now, right? Like as I'm walking through the house, I posted a picture of the skulls this morning. Like there's so many things just to be thankful for, right? First of all, I woke up, right? A lot of people didn't. Like I guess 1 million didn't. I did. So I'm thankful for that, right? I got up, I can walk. I know people that cannot. They're bedridden, right? So I'm thankful for that, right? In the shower, I'm thankful for the water, right? Because I remember when I didn't have water. It didn't come out, it came out of a bucket, right? So all these little things I'm thankful for. And the list goes on and on and on, right? Thankful for my wife, right? Like, I'm thankful for my wife because it wasn't always that way. Not that I wasn't always in a happy place back in the day, right? And so I'm thankful that we have a roof. I'm thankful that we can house people that can't help themselves. Those two right there, right? So I'm thankful all the time. I'm thankful my car started. It's like, okay, yeah, right? So all through the day, there are things to be thankful for. And so gratitude is one of the big things you need to have if you want to get things you want. You got to accept that, okay, yeah, I got this stuff. This stuff is mine. Let me enjoy it as much as I can. And then magically, everything you want comes along. But if you can't enjoy what you have, how can you expect to get more? Or how can it come easy? Right? We have crystals, we give them away, we get more. People deal us more. Right? Now, if you're going to hog stuff, then your attitude is there's not enough. That's the attitude. If you keep grabbing everything up, in your head is there's not enough for everybody, so I have to grab as much as I can. But if you think that there's enough, I know there's enough for everybody. I know there's enough funds. It's just being channeled a certain way. But in my head, I know there's enough. And in my head, there's a world where there's enough. And everybody's fed. And everybody's clothed. Right? And everybody's treated good. In my head, that's what I am building. Right? And I know it's somewhere. Right? So as I think that way, then I'm going to gravitate to whatever track that is. Right? And the people that don't think that way are going to gravitate to this track here. And I'll be able to see them, but we'll kind of be in different worlds, if that makes any sense. We'll be thinking differently, right? That's what's called, people say that there are multiple earths. That's what they mean. And certain people that think a certain way, we're going to be on this train track going this way. And people that think a certain way are going to be on this track. And I can see them, but we won't be interacting. Because the vibration is different. Their vibration is different than mine. Right? So we'll never be, we'll pass like ships in the night. Right? Because the vibration is different. Right? That's why people who are mad, will attract mad things or see everything as mad. Even though somebody might say something to you, and they're not mad, but you might see it as mad, it's like, oh, you're on the defensive because you're mad, not because they are. Right? So gratitude I'm grateful for the heartaches, right? Because when I go back, there were lessons in the heartaches, right? And when I go back further, there were hints of the heartbreaks to come, but I didn't take notice of them. And so they kept building until I got punched in the face, and it was like, Spirit is like, I've been telling you, you ain't been listening, right? And so we have to be grateful for every single thing, everything that happens. The things you don't like, be grateful that it came up so that you could say, no, I'll have this one, right? Everything you have to be grateful for. So the lecture today is about spirit, not the isms and schisms, but spirit itself. And until you see everything as spirit or connected, then I always say there's work to be done, right? Because I'm here and I am inside my spirit. I am inside my soul because the soul is vast, right? We thinking, oh, my soul is in here, my spirit's in here. No, I am inside my spirit. And then my spirit is connected to everything else, right? And so included all of you and everybody everywhere. So if I want information, I have to see that perspective. I'm connected to everything. And everything is connected to me, right? I can't hide anything, right? In the beginning, I used to try to hide stuff. But you can't hide anything. Because if you know about it, everybody knows about it, right? Because we're all connected, right? No doubt. So at some point, it's like, I hide nothing. It is what it is, right? That's the way you have to look at stuff, right? So, but everything is spirit. That's what we have to look at it. They said something, and I heard this today again, where the universe is running through me. Not me running through the universe. The universe is running through me, right? And what is happening to us is we're almost like going against the flow. We're thinking the opposite. Everything is running inside me, as above, so below, right? We heard that before. Everything runs to me. For most people, what they're doing is you're in the river, and instead of just, this is what the yogis do, they're quiet and they're observers. They're just watching things go. Come and go and come and go. For most of us, we see something, we just want to go grab it. And we want to go interact with it, and then our life goes a certain way, right? And most of us are swimming upstream. So at some point, we're going to get tired, and we're going to go with the flow anyway, because we'll be tired. Well, that's why people be like going like God. That's the point, where it's like, I'm just going to let go. I'm going to go with the flow. The way I'm going to steer my life is the way I think about things in a positive way. That's how I'm going to steer it. But I'm going with the flow. That's the like going like God theory. That's when you get to the bottom. I don't care. I'm just good. I give up. And then things happen like, oh, you drop the baggage, and Spirit is like, hey, here, okay, now we're talking, right? We let go of the baggage. So once we sit in the river and go with the flow and just watch things as they come and go, I'm working on this thing where I don't judge. I don't judge whether it's right or wrong, right? I just watch it. I just watch it all. I'm just observing all. Because once I start interacting with it, then my life goes a certain way. And that thing that I'm interacting with then almost changes because I'm interacting with it, right? And something else comes out. That's what the yogis do. They're observers. I'm just going to observe it all. That's one of the hardest things to do. Because sometimes it comes down to, he's tall and he's short. That's almost natural to us. But no, he's one person, she's another person. Right? Everything is different, right? Everything is different. Comparing is, that's you're hanging on to stuff. And these are just things we were taught about. This is just things we see all the time. You know, people you call it this, you call it that, right? I went through I don't see negative things, right? I see lessons to learn. I don't call those negative things. There's something to learn from that. If I'm seeing it, if it's in my reality, there's something I can learn from it, right? Whether it's this way or that way, right? So these are just things you just got to work with over and over time, right? I didn't get this way overnight, right? I started with thinking positive 50% of the time, and 51 and 52. Along the way, Abraham came. I went to 65, and Cryon came, and I went to 80. You know, I still think certain things, and it's like, oh, that doesn't serve me. If I think something negative, that doesn't serve me, depending on where I say I want to go. I want to go on this positive route. That doesn't serve me, so I recognize it within minutes or so, and then it's like, well, I want to be this way. This is who I want to be. I want to be happy. I want to be joyous. I'm going to see joy in everywhere I go. I'm going to see joy in people. I see joy in the homeless man because he chose to be that way. He just don't know it, right? He chose to do certain things that got him in that position. And so I recognize his ability to choose. Okay, cool. I don't want that, so I'm choosing to see different things, right? And I don't know what his journey is that I can judge him, right? I don't know what his journey is this life, the life before. I don't know what his journey is the forward life, right? I don't none of that. So I don't judge any of that, right? I don't call them names or anything like that. If I want to give you $5, I give you $5, right? I'm not going to say, don't buy no drugs for that $5. I'm not going to put conditions on giving. You just give. And they do whatever they want with it. And you give and you feel good, and because all of us want something. So we want people to tell us we look good, you know, we look beautiful. Everybody wants something. That's the way I look at it. I want something, right? I no longer want people to tell me I'm beautiful. They can, but I know I am already, right? So you tell me it's just icing on the cake. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, I wish you feel the same about you, right? That's how we're just going to stay in this positive vibration, and everything you want is already created. You just got to get in the vibration that fits it, and then it's just attracted to you because that's your vibration. That's the vibration of happiness. People smiling. When I go, I see people smiling all the time. Some days I don't, and then I realize, oh, I'm looking at something different. I'm going to see you smiling whether you're smiling or not, right? That's how I'm going to see you that way. I'm going to see everybody smiling. How do I know you're not going to be smiling 5 minutes from now? How do I know you weren't smiling 10 minutes ago, right? I'm going to see you smiling because I'm creating my world, and that's the way I want to see everybody, right? So everything is connected. We talk about spirit or God or whatever. Everything is connected to everything else. And you have the ability to go into this library and get the information out, right? I call myself a library because I research a lot. More than people even think of. But you have the ability to do that too. Like, you're a big library. Like, do you know how much information one particle of your DNA contains? Like trillions of bytes of information. One particle. And how many particles make you up? Billions. So all kinds of information is flowing through you. The universe is flowing through you. And people just don't know it. That's the only difference. Either you know it or you don't know it. Once you know it, you act differently. Because you realize everybody's creating their reality. Right? Every single person is, by the way you keep thinking. So it's like, okay, I'm doing mine then. And just go, this is what I want. This is what I want. And sometimes you may make a choice and 10 days later you don't like it. That's cool. Choose something different. Don't beat away what you don't like. I'm going to beat this up until it's no longer there, and it will never go away that way. You'll always be tied to it, right? So just think, if you don't like something, think something different. Train your brain, right? Think something different, right? You don't like somebody? I bet there's 1,000 other people you like. Why don't you just think about them first? Oh, well, I think about a guy I hate. Right? I had 1,000 people I like. I like Osho. I like Sadhguru. I like Yogananda. I like Babaji. I like Jesus. I like Mary. I like Joseph. And the list goes on. And I like my mama, my daddy. Right? I like my Uncle Sali the yogi, my first yogi. Right? I love my wife, my kids. They're adopted. Right? My wife, kids are my kids. So I got so many people to love. I got no time for somebody I don't feel that way about. I feel that way about them, but it's like I'm going to feel that way a mile away. Right? I'm going to love you from a mile away. But I got these other ones that are real close that I need to talk to and not wait until they're in a box and I'm giving them flowers to tell you I love you. That's why I say Mother's Day is every day. Thanksgiving is every day. Be thankful every day. Just don't wait until one time of the year that I'm going to do all these good things for homeless people. I'm going to feed them. Why don't we do that every day or every weekend or once a month to start? Why don't we do that? And then we're doing the work that we're meant to do, right? Helping people, yeah, and not worry about the other ones. And it's really that simple. The more I read, the more simple it's looking. It's so simple, and you don't have to have 10 degrees and 2 PhDs, all that to give a message or to do healing. You just got to realize everything's in me, and I just need to connect to it. Right? We're going to do some messages later. But the best person to give a message is yourself. Because you got your angels, your guides, your gatekeeper, your mama, your great-grandfather, your ancestors, all trying to talk to you. Right? Or you can't hear. You're listening to something else. But they're always talking. Spirit is always talking. right? We just don't think they are, so we're not, oh, I'm just going to watch the TV. I'm just going to binge watch for 8 hours. The Spirit is talking. Let's just binge on some Spirit, right? Even if it is, I'm going to go to Netflix and I'm going to find a story that's about Spirit. And I'm going to binge watch that, right? Instead of Housewives, right? It's just the easy choice. What do you want to do? What do you want to get from it? Right? I watched The Housewives, I think, for the first season or so. And then it was like, I was all into it. And then all of a sudden it was like the drama. OMG. Like I was all into it. And then I got to the point where, oh, that's not serving me and where I want to go. I don't want no drama in my life. So why am I going to watch drama on television? That somebody scripts out and says, you're going to laugh now, you're going to cry now, right? You're going to frown now, you're going to fight now. No, I'm going to choose what I want to do and what I want to do. If I want to watch it, I'm going to realize I'm going to up and down. I understand it. And when I go up and down, my emotions go up, I attract stuff. My emotions go down, I attract stuff, right? I already know it. So there's certain things I won't watch anymore then. Because it's not taking me where I say I want to go. I want to be peaceful. I want to be happy. I want to be joyous. You know, watch things that do that. When I don't feel so good, I watch a comedy. Yvonne says, how many times have you watched Avatar? Like 1,000 times. Because there's certain vibrations in that movie that moves me a certain way. The help for somebody that doesn't look like me. Right? There's so many nuances in there. Right? There's mind-opening things in that movie. Right? So watch something that takes you where you want to go. Over and over and over. Then figure till you make it. Keep watching the funny Christmas movies that make you laugh all the time. You're healing yourself by laughing. Do you realize healing is laughing? Because we're letting go of the baggage. Because we're just laughing out loud and we're letting go of the stuff. That's healing, right? So let's keep doing that more and more and more and more. It's really easy. Like with technology, you can pick what you want to watch, right? You don't have to, back in the day, this can tell you how old I am. The TV only had 3 channels, I think. It only came on from 3 o'clock until 9 o'clock. And Dark Shadows was the last thing on. That was it. And that's what we were forced to watch. And for us, we had the only TV on the block or the street. And so the windows were open and my friends would come and watch through the window. Right? We were all like connected and things like that, you know. So we were kind of controlled. But now, with the advent of technology, you can get whatever you want even sooner or learn whatever you want. Anything you want to know about, you can search it up. Be like, how do I do that? I'm doing now, how do I wire wrap crystals? And I'm going to teach myself. Like, ladies and gentlemen, I went to some classes to get where I am. Most of this stuff I taught myself. Because I said, I'm going to read because I need to know this stuff. Right? Now with the advent of the internet, you can search it up. You'll get lots more results, so you just got to pick and choose them and be discerning of the information that comes up. But you yourself know what is true for you, because you're going to get a feeling like, this is BS. And then it's like, okay, move on. And it's like, okay, this one. And then when you start letting the source know, I like this one, and it feels a certain way. Like, some books I can read, this one, it will take me maybe 3 weeks. And I read this one now probably 2 or 3 times. Because when I start reading it, it's like, I'm getting fed. I'm feeding my soul, I'm feeding my spirit. I can't put it down. And then there's some I bought, and it's like, after the first chapter, I never went back to it. That's how you're going to know what's for you. If this feels good, Okay, cool. And sometimes I'm gonna end with this one. Sometimes it feels good, and then in a bit it doesn't feel so good. So use the time it felt good. Remember that feeling when it felt good? Let's use those. Let's go back there. Let's go back there. The time it didn't feel so good, and everything went that way, that was probably a fraction of what was happening. But all the good things, it's like we drove this, we went this way, we stopped here. Oh my God, that felt good. I bought this thing. That's what you want to get from all these memories and interactions with different people. The good things. Go get them good things. That's why you make memories. So you can pull them up when you need them. Right? Like my mom, I can pull them up when I need them. Right? The food she made. I watched something this morning. She made these things called, Jamaicans call them blue drawers. We call them stew dumpling. And she would get all these veggies, fruits, and soak them in alcohol all year, and then make these things. She'd make fruit cake, and the vegetables would be is what makes the stew dumpling. I can't make it, but man, I saw some then, and it took me back to those memories. Like, I'm gonna use those memories for good because I want to feel good, and when I feel good, more good comes, because that's natural law. Right? Whatever feels like it is going to be attracted. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What goes around comes around. All that's attraction. So look at the things you like more and more. I like that. And if there's something I don't like, I just don't even mention it. Right? I see it, I don't say anything. I go on to the next thing. I like that one right there. I like my pants. Right? They're colorful. Right? And they're not fashionable. I like them because I like them. It make me feel good. Right? That's why you do things. That's why you buy stuff. You don't buy it because everybody else is wearing it. You buy it because you like it. And when the style goes away, I'm going to still wear it because I still like it. And that's what you do with things. So you want to get those memories. And I could go on and on and on because I'm thankful. I'm thankful that y'all sit down and listen to me because you could get up or walk out. Right? So I'm thankful. I'm still, hey. But I hope you get something that you can use going forward. Like a memory. Like, I remember he said that. Let me go look that up. Like, let me try that out. Call me if you need a reminder. Right? That's what I'm here for. I remind you, hey, here's how you do that. If you want to get something, you're not getting it, call me if I'm going to tell you. Because when you're telling me why you're not getting it. I'm listening to you, and you're going to tell me all the reasons you're not getting it. And I'm going to tell you all the reasons you can't have it, because here's what you do. Here's where you're going to look, right? And so that's my Thanksgiving information for you. So I hope you guys have a good week. And I'm here to help you as much as you can. Yo, Jay.